What is up, my friends and family and trippy hippies and everybody watching everywhere? We are live in a couple of places. I'm gonna try to get my screen like straight. Okay. I am coming live because it is always my easiest way to communicate with everybody. Hi, Grace. Stick around. I want to just come on here today and say thank you a million times over for everyone who has already done so much to make my birthday super special. Everybody brought gifts in today and little trinkets. Thank you. Lots and lots and lots of posts, all of the things. So I want to say thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I want to tell y'all a little story. So I want to see if y'all can do me a favor and do me a few favors today, if you don't mind. Tell me hello and tell me where you're watching from. And if you are part of the Hometown Hippie Elevated Edibles page, then drop me a grateful fed in the comments so I can see who I got on here today. If you're new to my lives, hi, I'm Tammy. I am the Hometown Hippie. I am spending today work. I am celebrating my 48th rotation around the sun today, October 6th. There's no truer Libra, right? There's no truer Libra than me. Love the scales of balance and all the things. I love it. All my grateful fed people here. Do me a favor, tag a friend in the comments. And today I woke up with Red. He had left me a beautiful card and had my coffee pot. Just those things mean so much to me, right? He had my coffee pot ready. All I did hit the button. It was great. Um, Everybody that came in has been helping us with the harvesting and the trimming and stuff. I got like my favorite candy. I got a new bowl, which is like an ice bowl. It's pretty cool. I got this open and close sign for the spot. Um, I got a chicken biscuit for breakfast. I got a bouquet of flowers. I've gotten a purse. I've gotten some shirts. I've gotten gift certificates to float spas. I have been blessed with abundance in my life, right? And um, I don't receive well, right? I love to give. I love to give, but I get very uncomfortable with getting. Is anybody else like a true giver? Like you feel so uncomfortable when people give and do for you, but at the same time, like it really meant a lot to me today, and I'm coming live today to talk about it because a little telling a story today, right? Like always, I'm always going to tell a little story. Um, So, today was another day at work. We had some orders to do. I had some things to get done today, right? We had a list of things on Thursday. I had my kitchen help here. It was a day to get things kind of done. And one of the things that I've been doing for 2 days now is I have been trying to work on one of my favorite things in the fall is apple cider. I love warm, cold. Apple's kind of my fall thing. I love apple cider. I even like if I'm going to have an alcoholic beverage in the fall, it is 100% going to be like a hard apple cider or something like that. So what I have been doing for 2 days in the crock pot is perfecting not a hard apple cider, but a homemade apple cider. It's Reiki infused, of course. It's got a little honey in it. It's got honey. Yes, it's got honey in it. It's all from scratch. Like we have Honeycrisp apples, Granny Smith apples, some citrus fruits, some cinnamon sticks, some organic cloves, some other warming spices, water, all the things. And I've set lots of blessings in this for healing and all the things, right? And I've been cooking this for about 2 days, getting this ready for about 2 days. And I've got a press to press out the cider to get everything nice and done. I've got a whole plan. And so my goal was to have this beautiful apple cider ready this morning because it was my birthday and I wanted to have a nice little warm autumn sugar cookie and a little glass of apple cider because I don't do alcohol. So I'm like, this is a perfect thing for me, right? It's up my alley. Now, this crock pot has been on for like 16 hours, y'all. And let me just say, I went to pick it up. I had little hot mats, but when I went to pour it, I misconstrued how it would roll into the colander, into the strainer, and it rolled down and it covered my hand. And when I tell y'all that I was like, holy shit. I was like, oh my goodness. And I was like, let me sit this down. I'm getting burnt. Cut the water on. And my help was like, oh my God, you didn't even say bad words. I'm like, if I would have said bad words, I would have been scalded all over because it was like I was going to drop it or I was going to get burnt everywhere. It burnt my fingers. They're still hot. They've gone from bright red. Now they're getting that white color. Like they're all losing their color a little bit right through here where they burnt. It looks a lot better than it did. If you were here earlier today, it looked awful. I had been soaking. This was ice water that I brought into my office, like the old palm olive, and just dunked my hand into the ice water until it pulled all the heat out and some miracle oil. That's what I've been doing. But it was interesting because I'm thinking to myself, right? I'm going to get all of these things done today on my birthday that I'm like, I got this cider I'm going to do. I'm going to do all these things. And I was quickly reminded that sometimes it's okay to get, right? Because today, because I was trying to be, I can do it all, my birthday, let me take care of it. I got this. No, I don't need you to do it. I got it. I hurt myself off the jump. So I had no options today, right? Because here's what I said. I was like, well, at least it's not my dominant hand because I'm left-handed, right? But, and I don't know, I keep affirming this with the right. I will try to stop that. I know it's an annoying tip. But I was like, well, I'm left hand dominant, so that's a good thing. And then what I found out quickly was the only thing that I do left handed, is right. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Everything else that I do right handed. And this hand today was as useless. And I'm gonna use a phrase. I'm gonna use a phrase, and I'm gonna sorry if I fuck it up. And cover little ears. My nanny used to use this with this right hand was as worthless on tits on a bull hog. And I don't know why my nanny used to always say that about somebody. It was worthless as tits on a bull hog. And I guess because male bulls or male hogs did not feed babies and don't need tits. I don't know. But needless to say, this hand was off the table today. And when I went in to do other things, I'm like, oh, wow, the only thing that I do left handed is right. Message or nah, right? Message or nah. And so I sat down in my office today and I was like, I got really upset, first of all, right? Boar hog. Is that what it is? Tits on a boar hog? I was not sure. Thank you, Dennis, for clarifying. And also, when y'all are getting on here today, please do those things below. See my bingo flaps? They don't jiggle, jiggle. They fold, right? And we're going to talk about that because this is why I got hurt today, right? And when people are like, how do you, align all that woo-woo shit? I'm going to tell you, okay? Same thing you would do. I'm talking to God just like you are. Just we call it different things. So, at first I got really upset. I tried to push through it. I kept trying to like do things one-handed. I did have to go in the kitchen and like kind of, direct traffic and put the Reiki into things and teach some things and all the stuff, right? But when it came down to the stuff that I usually still keep my hands in, I really had to stop and step away today. And then what I did is I stopped myself about 11 o'clock this morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. And I took a deep breath, right? I went, number one, I did not, hey, thank you, darling. Number one, I said, I didn't get up this morning and get outside in the fresh air like I have been doing and being so in flow. I hit the ground running this morning and did not give myself one moment to breathe. I can tell you right now that I couldn't tell you what any of my birthday cards said because in my mind I was thinking about all the things that I had to do today. And I didn't even read the words halfway. I probably did, but in this moment I couldn't tell you any of them said. They were beautiful sentiments. I'm going to go back and read them in a moment, right? But as I did that today, that's what we call 2x4 therapy. That's when God goes, okay, well, if you're not going to allow people to help you with gentleness, ease, and grace, if you're not going to enjoy a day of the day that, it's like my new year. And I have, I really, really wanted to spend some time outside this morning with my sound bowls. No, it's not. I didn't go live this morning, right? I got up, I got in the shower because I had people coming at 9, and I got really out of whack and I didn't feel like I was in flow this morning and I started trying to work. And that's what I'm telling you, right? It's kind of like Red always tells me. He was like, people try to like do construction, and he says they're just banging the nail gun and they're misfiring and they're shooting nails and people get hurt. He was like, because everybody is in such a hurry these days, right? To get it done, get it done, get it done, get it done, that nobody understands that slow is steady, or slow is smooth, and smooth is fast, right? And when I get up and I get myself outside and I get myself aligned with the energy of the day and I take a deep breath and I give myself some morning mantras and I get myself connected with the planet and I say, I live in my gratitude, then I am, my day is always better. And today I went against that, right? And the universe was interesting today because it was like, okay, girl, this is your 48th trip around the sun. And we need you to see this today in a way that will make you maybe make some decisions and some changes, right? Tower moment. It's your birthday. I feel like every birthday is kind of like a big like fork in the road. Like, where am I going to go in this next year, right? Where's the thing going to go? And because the only thing that I do left-handed is right, I knew that that was a sign for me to get into my journal today because all this stuff was flooding in today. And then as I came home today with this stuff flooding in to come out of my journal, my guys were like, nope, this one's for the masses. So you need to go take this to everybody. That's why I'm live, like I said, in a couple of places, right? So I need you, you're ready to share some big kind of a big epiphany and some big news with everybody. And so if you could do me a favor and give me some thumbs up, some hearts, send me some heart energy, some O faces, and tell me right now, right? Tell me right now something that you are thankful for. It's Thankful Thursday. Tell me right now something that you are thankful for in your world. And I'm going to talk to you about gratitude as you do that, okay? Now, speaking of that, while I give thank you, thank you, thank you, as I give y'all a moment, right? I want everybody who's watching me doing me a favor right quick. I want you to tell me in the comments something that you are grateful for or thankful for on this Thankful Thursday. And then I'm going to show you all this because we've got some product testers out on this. This is our hometown hippie cider. It is organic. It is, I mean, we got organic apples, we got organic cloves, we got all the things, right? And so we've made this ourselves, like Tammy's Brew. It is amazing. It's great for settling your stomach. It's great for clearing that throat chakra. I have found that it tastes divine, and it might make your eyes look like mine. So I gave this away today to some people. I kept up. This is Red's bottle, and then I'm having a birthday cocktail, a little birthday hearts, a little birthday hippie cider, and it is delightful. It's like a little cocktail. I might make some more this weekend. Actually, I know I'm going to make some more this weekend because I got Jug coming to put it in. Um, but um, I'm umming and dumbing butting myself to death, right? So I'm thankful that my new doctor listened to me. I love that you advocated for yourself. I'm thankful to be a survivor. I love that you were standing in your power of survivorhood. Um, what I did today, whenever I got hurt, I spilled this on my hand. It started throbbing immediately. I used cold water. I ducked it and all the things. I got ice packs. I tried the oils to pull it out, whatever. But then I came in here and I was like, I need to get my shit together because I'm getting pissed, and if I don't, it's going to ruin the rest of the day. And it's nobody's fault that I didn't like get my act together. And it's never too late to start right now. Right. So after this happened, I could have taken a decision to make, right? In that moment, the rest of my whole birthday is ruined. My whole birthday is ruined because in 3 minutes of my day, I've hurt myself. It may be hurting for hours, but I'm going to let my entire day get ruined because I got hurt at 9 o'clock this morning, right? I burnt my hand at 9 o'clock this morning and my whole day is ruined. No. And I was like, well, I am a pissed off person right now. I'm hurting. I may have to go to the ER. I'm like really getting in, and my anxiety is building up, is building up, is building up. I was like, let me go pattern interrupt. Now, today we had 4 people here working to help with the harvest, to help other growers to get their crops ready for consumption, for medicine. I had Mel and Selena here helping me with my business stuff, shipping and talking to customers and all the things, and cooking and baking and chocolatiering and all the things. And I was in my office and I was like, how do I get myself in this better place? Easiest thing, it is Thankful Thursday. Gratitude raises the vibration. I was like, laughter makes me laugh. I was like, I'm not laughing right now, right? I am not laughing right now. Let me figure out a way, right, to call in that good energy. Hey, Kate. Um, so I took a step back in my office. I said, let me write, get this stuff out of my head into the journal. And this is what came out. And I want y'all to think about this, right? Gratitude. There's a difference between speaking your gratitudes and being present in your gratitude. And that is what I had to do today, right? Today, what that was telling me was this. With that message right there that I need to get out on the paper because it hurt my right hand, right? But the only thing I do left-handed is right. I decided to get in my journal and start writing today. And it says there's a difference between speaking your gratitude, which is just lip service, right? Because that's how you start, though. That's how everybody starts. You have to start somewhere, right? You have to start by listing them. You list the names and you list the gratitudes and you say the things out loud. And then, right, it's like the difference between knowing and doing, right? The difference between knowing what the right thing to do is and actually doing what the right thing to do is. That is the difference between speaking your gratitudes, right? And being present in your gratitude. And today, as I sat here and I wrote that, I stopped. I was like, it's Thankful Thursday. I was going to start writing. My goal was to start writing a list of things that I'm grateful for. And that's what I normally start with the free journal prompt entry. I'm in a moment. Let me just, what am I thankful for? And then then I can start working it out. And then it just starts coming out of me easily and gently, right? And today, what came out was gratitude. There's a difference between speaking your gratitudes and being present in your gratitude. And when you are present in your gratitude, time slows down. And therefore, when I was present in my gratitude today, when I took a deep breath and I was like, I am thankful for all that I have. And I was like, I am right here in all that I have. I'm hearing the laughter of people who are enjoying being here, who are enjoying learning about this beautiful plant and what the medicine it can do, and getting lessons about terpenes and, structure and why things might get seed and all these interesting things and what each thing is done for based on our dispensary book and our apothecary book. It is the joy of watching somebody that works for me like finally like nail a task that they've been struggling with that I've been asking them to do, and they kind of just have it. The muscle memory kind of kicks in when they don't have to look at the book. You know what I mean? And I sat here today and I took some deep breaths and I breathed in the gratitude and I was present in the gratitude. And it felt like I sat there for an eternity. And I'm like, I've got to get up. There's so much to do. And I am so grateful that I have help to do it. And I'm going to lean into that help today. And I'm going to release that control today. And I know that it's always in divine time, but I know I've got to they're probably ready to leave. And like maybe 3 minutes had passed, right? And then what I wrote down is as you become present, time slows down. It's important to evolve into being present, to feel your feelings. And a lot of us, when we try to get into a meditative state or we try to take those deep breaths, right? We hold ourselves so hard and fast to not just hearing our breath, like when our brains go squirrel. And that was the thing, right? It was about, right? My African gray, Gracie Gray, just kissed your face and she put her head against the phone to be pet. Oh, Gracie Grace. How you doing, Gracie Grace? Gracie Gray, sorry. But then I was like, feel the feelings because I gave myself permission to have every thought that came into my head today during that moment of meditation and trying to think of my gratitudes. And when I stopped trying to push away the thoughts, right? When I stopped trying to be a Zen person, when I stopped trying to force it, right? And I gave into whatever comes in, right? I was present in the moment. I could feel my feelings and time slowed down. And I'm going to encourage you, right? I'm going to encourage each and every one of you not to have to get burnt on your hand or this hand to write with this hand to have to take a moment to sit with your gratitude, not to have to be forced into your journal, not to be having to be forced into kind of getting in flow with yourself. I hope that doesn't happen, right? But if things in your life right now are not going kind of to plan, and if you're kind of on the struggle bus and you're not sure why you're sick or why this is happening or why that is happening, I'm going to encourage you to take some time to sit in silence and allow the thoughts to come in and allow the answer to unfold itself in your journal or on whatever platform you have. Okay? I have to drop off. I have a work meeting. I saw you were live and wanted to hear your voice. Thank you. You might want to watch the end of this. It's a big announcement. um, so as that came in, I today when I sat there in my gratitude, I have very much been trying to figure out exactly how our next phase looks, exactly what our next phase looks like as we move in to commercial space. And that has resonated today. That has made itself present and aware today of what this next phase for the Hometown Hippie, for Tammy, for the Grateful Fed, for everything looks like. And I cannot wait to share it with each and every one of you. I'm not going to do it here. I am going to let you know that everything is unwound. There's going to be an ability very soon within the next week to purchase. It's going to be a private membership club for special levels of the storefront, and you'll have to be a part of the club for some of that stuff. So I will be talking more about that in the Hometown Hippie Elevated Edibles private Facebook group over the next 2 or 3 days. I'm going to talk to Red about it tonight before I announce it to anyone. You may get a sneak peek if you show up to Heart Space tonight. If you're wondering what to gift me, that's exactly what I'd love for you to gift me. If you're listening to me, you have internet service. I would ask that you all come tonight to our Heart Space meditation. It is something that will it will change you. It's an amazing group of people. We connect our energy. We send love energy out to the planet. We send love energy to those people who might need it. We do a lot of really good meditations. It's very, if you've never meditated before, all you have to do is close your eyes and listen, right? Close your eyes and listen. It's that easy. You can leave your camera off. But that's what I would love for you to come to Heart Space tonight, right? The Heart Space meditation is at 8 o'clock. The details are posted in my the Facebook group. That's a private area. I will not post the Zoom on my personal or my public page because we'll get creepers into the Zoom meeting. So if you are on my personal page and not in the group, then message me for the Zoom link. I'll be glad to share it with you. If you're in Hometown Hippie, it's going to post it may have just posted. It'll post again tonight. It's pinned to the top of the comments under Heart Space. There's a million ways to get to it. I am going to ask my moderators and admins. We're going to have a meeting very soon for content for October for assigning posts for people. And I've asked a few people, but I think I've missed some people that are interested. So I will announce when we are doing that marketing calendar. I'm going to work on that and then share it out. We're going to do a Google Drive and we're going to share that between the brand ambassadors. That's a whole other thing. I know it's going to be a great time. Yeah, it's going to be good tonight. I'm going to actually ask Red to come with me as well as one of my gifts. So we'll see. He might say, I would do anything for love, but I won't do that. I don't know. He might not. But there is, I've got the whole structure it kind of came to me. And I'm going to tell y'all one little thing about a portion of this. I don't know, about 6 months ago, I sat down and I started putting on the paper this idea that's kind of a little passion project of mine. And it was just not coming to fruition, right? It was just not happening. I'm like, this is something that I'm really like, I was told in my journal entry, like, this is important. The podcast, right? The podcast and this passion project that I haven't told anybody about. These two things were uber important, and I needed to make sure that I made them a priority. And I kept meditating on that. I'm like, hey, I was like, okay, God, I was like, if this is important, then I need you to bless me with some words. I need you to help me to get this going. I need you to guide me here because I'm not sure where to go with this and I'm not sure what to do. And I kept hearing, right, that you'll know when. You'll know when. You'll know when. You'll know when. We'll tell you. Slow your roll, right? And it's like, we're just getting you ready because we know how you are. You got to develop it in your head. That's how I do things. So they tease it to me, and then they let me like work it out over several months, 6 months to be exact for this. And this whole thing coincided today with me getting into my journal and remembering about planting of seeds. And as I said, today is my 48th birthday, right? I am 48 today. And there was, I don't know, maybe a couple of years ago, whenever she turned 50, right? Whenever she turned 50, do y'all remember when Jennifer Aniston did that photo shoot, like Fly at 50 or whatever? And I looked at that photo shoot, and it was one of those manifestation moments, right? And it wasn't about the fact that she is drop dead gorgeous and has a sexy body. It wasn't about any of like the lustful or like vanity pieces. Hey, it wasn't about any of those things when I saw that photograph. It was about that I think it was like 2019 when I started my like journey. Thank you. Um sorry. That was my throat chakra keeping me honest. Maybe it was a little bit of jealousy when I saw it too, because she looks so damn good. Sorry, I know I gotta move my body. But I said to myself when I started my journey in 2019 about taking care of me, that I would love to be as healthy and as happy. And she looked very healthy inside of her body. And I was like, I don't care if my body looks like that, but I want like the visual representation of how healthy I feel like that looks for her. She doesn't look like frail. She looked healthy. She had a tan. She's real fit. I just want to have the ability at 50 years old to be fit and feel good inside of my own body. And so, as I was stuck today because I've burnt my hand and can't use it, and I'm really like I've got all the neosporins and the stuff to wrap my hand up so I can work tomorrow and wipe my ass tonight at some point, right? That's we'll leave that where it's at. I was like, that makes no sense with a white. Never mind. Just don't talk to me. And so today, as I journaled, and then I went out and did a little ride about to do some deliveries and pick up some things for dinner and little treats for myself. They said, and I quote, "It's time." It's time, right? And so the plan of what's next, and the plan of my passion project, and the plan of the podcast and my passion project has revealed itself. And if y'all could do me a favor and hit the thumbs up button, hit the heart buttons, I will tell y'all what is happening and what we are doing, and all the things. I am going to go on a journey of self discovery over the next 2 years. I'm going to do a 24-month self discovery journey, and I'm taking everybody along for the ride. So my podcast is going to correspond to what I'm going to be doing over the next 2 years, which is what my big passion project has been, is that I am going to write a book. It is going to be kind of like an I don't know, like a story about intuitive cooking and how that art is taught, just like some of the old Native American traditions of oral passing things down. Like I don't have my nanny's recipes because my nanny taught me her recipes. We have strong Native American ancestry. I'm going to spend the next 2 years just going back and discovering that, and learning through that. And I'm hoping that if anybody wants that like is interested in this topic and wants to come along and be a part of this team, I would love to start doing some documentary kind of work with it. I would love to do some genealogy if anybody's good at that kind of stuff. It takes a village, right? And it's going to be time and attention. And when we talk about it takes a village, that's some of the stuff that's unfolding for the Grateful Fed, and how we're going to work our business, our new next plan. It all works in together. So I'm going to document via podcast each week We're going to do the oral traditions of intuitive cooking as it's passed down from generations. And I'm going to do the ancestral work, talk about how you like food has helped me in shadow work and, talk about those kind of things and how, like, I don't have the recipes, but I'm going to try to make them so people can take these recipes and, then add their intuition into it, like a base recipe. So we're going to have, I'm trying to do 50 different recipes and I'm trying to do 50 years of food and do it by the decades and the things that I learned through those times and where my parents and my mothers and all that were. Um, so that is what the project I was like a passion project for me was being able. I would love to have your help. Everybody who wants to help me, I will take your help. But it is very interesting to me that like my mom never had a rest like we owned a restaurant and our coleslaw was the same every time, but we never wrote it down. And my mom and I made it. It was just the magic of intuition, of knowing what it looks like, what it feels like, what it smells like, what it tastes like, and teaching people that there's no wrong answers with food, and that we have the duty and the ability. Like it's going to be a whole lot of interesting topics. I'm going to talk about like healing racial trauma and like talking about my soul food side and who taught me that with like the decades and like Lord will know I'm talking about Alice and like the intermingling of our families through the years in Prince Edward County with like the racial divide and have like I mean all of the I'm going to have candid conversations and whenever I waited so long to do this I've been kind of like breaking recipes down. I'm like that doesn't seem right, it just seems kind of weird and blah blah blah. And today, because I had to get my hand burnt and all I could do was write, it all came to me. And I was going to name the podcast, right? A Fat Girl Looks at 50. But I'm like, no, I don't want to like body shame and talk about that. I'm going to talk about like my association with the word fat and all the things like even like growing up, like if you ate the fat of the steak versus, and I was like, that's the good part. That's the part that gives it flavor. And, as a grown up, realizing that fat does give things flavor. So embrace your fat, right? And that's why we want to talk about that. And through that journey, we're going to have the internet kitchen, which we're going to call it. We're going to do, I'm going to get my YouTube. I need some help with YouTube channels and like marketing and all the things. Anybody that wants to like cut your teeth on a project, if it does anything, it comes to fruition. It's like kind of a passion project right now. But if it does anything, then I promise that everybody comes along for the journey will be taken care of. Y'all know that about me. But what I want to do is we create these meals and I go through these recipes and do these online and teach people how to cook intuitively because we cook for more than what we need. Being able to then, we say it takes a village and adopt different people from the Grateful Fed who are local because it's got to be local because it's made food, but being able to gift people like a gift of a meal and that kind of fits the topic and all the things. So it's like a whole project I've got going on, but that's the big epiphany that it's finally time to work that out. That's why how the cookie crumbles is not done. I've not left. It's just not been the right time. And so many times our ego doesn't allow us to like fail forward and like say, I live out loud. I come here and I tell you I'm gonna do this and I might not do it until like 2 years from now, but I'm doing it, right? And I come and I do that because it's my birthday and I'm like, I'm gonna talk today. I'm allowed to. Um, but a lot everybody's in this apathy state of the world where it's like, I can't who's going to do it, nobody wants to make a difference. And I'm like, because we believe that we can't. And I am going to live my next 48 years, right, believing that I can, believing that every single person that wants to can. And I lived a long time, right, believing that I couldn't and leaving myself small and believing all the bad things people said about me and the nasty, believing all the things. And the person that talked the worst to me was me, right? Believing all that stinking thinking. And so it feels so good to feel good that I want to share it with other people. And whether you take the baton and you run with me like Forrest Gump, like where we're going, I don't know, let's just go, right? Or you're like, this bitch is crazy, right? Whatever way it is, none of my business. It is not my job to be responsible for what happens to all of this when it goes out there. The intention for me is that it reaches the right people at the right time and the right moment. and that the other people, it plants that little seed, and somewhere down the line, they also get blessed by it in some way. And I say it in the group all the time, and I'm going to say it again, right? There's always a message in your mess. And the last couple of months, I have felt like I have been on this like roller coaster of a ride, right? I've had manic, and you start making like I'm so up and down. I feel like I'm bipolar. I know that's not. I'm not talking about mental health at all. Like I feel like I'm manic sometimes, and I feel very inclusive, and shut down sometimes. And it's not like today and yesterday. It's like weeks of mania, and then a little bit of like go. I understand what it is, but I've really like been stressing over my mental health, and I've been very out front about that with you all. Like I'm struggling today. I got sick. I didn't expect it. Things have been happening that I'm like, okay, if I'm like trying to be nice to everybody, like why is this bullshit happening? And being hit in the face with there's still some big um there's still big energies in this world, and you're still a human. You're going to have human experiences. And if everything in your life was sunshine and rainbows, then how could you be relatable to the people that need to that listen, and they need you're their voice of wisdom, right? I'm like, oh, I don't like that idea, but whatever. Um, so if everything is always perfect, then people are not going to relate, right? And so it's a lot of that's karmic contracts I have with some of you that sometimes my mess is your message, right? And sometimes your mess is my message. And that's what a community does. That's what a family does, right? Where I am weak, you are strong. And so when I came here today, what I decided was I'm going to say thank you to everybody who was my village. But the Grateful Fed believes that it takes a village, right? It takes a village. So I'm asking for your help. Number one, I asked for a big ask. We are very close to having 1,000 people in the hometown hippie. I'm going to look right now and see where we're at with it. I'm going to look and see where we're at with it. I asked for 1,000 people by the end of my birthday. I'm going to see where we're at. We are 8 people away. We are 992 members in the Grateful Fed. We are 8 members away from reaching 1,000 people in 1 year. And that makes my heart big, right? That makes my heart big. And then I'm asking for your help on this because it takes a village, right? It takes a village. And we are going to do big things in this world as a community. It's not about me doing it, right? It just sometimes takes one person having the courage to say, "Why not us?" Yes, we can. We're not going to be stopped. We're gonna at least try, right? And if the worst thing that happens is we don't succeed, but guess what? We tried. We live with no regrets, right? Regrets. And we tried. And that's what the Grateful Fed community is about. And we believe that it takes a village. And I know that I need my village in this project. It's going to be a big project. So if you're a genealogy person, if you're somebody who has any kind of editing skills or has any connections to the literary world, if you are a podcaster, if you are someone who does good videos and can help me figure that stuff out or can help me get the message out, if you want to be a brand ambassador and help me with this, illustrators, whatever it is that you feel like you can contribute, takes a village. I will gladly love to have your help. But that's what the Passion Project is. We're writing a book and we're doing a podcast along the way. And then everyone who helps, of course, will also get free copies. Everybody's a part of it. I'll give books. I mean, you get a book, you get a book. I don't know. It might be 2 pages. It might be 200. Who knows? So I should call it the Southern Goodbye. But there's a whole different vibe to it at this point. So on that note, I hope that I will see each and every one of you tonight at Heart Space Meditation. It's at 8 o'clock. I can't wait for the product testers to give me the feedback on this, what they think about it. I am pleased as apple cider punch. We still have emotions good about it. Yes, we just can't live in the bad ones. And so remember, we can all list our gratitudes, right? So today I'm telling you right now, like I could go through, it would take me 2 days to thank each and every one of you individually and list, right? However, please know that I am so eternally grateful for every single one of you. I am sending all the love that you send me. I am accepting that love. I am filling my cup with it, and I am pouring the extra into whoever that needs it, right? I promise you that. I'm walking in integrity with that. And remember, there's a difference between speaking your gratitudes and being present in your gratitude. What I'm going to leave you with today, what I'm going to ask you to do today for me, is I'm going to ask you to, number one, spend a little time this afternoon, this evening, inside your journal and being present in your gratitude. I want you to take a deep breath in, and I want you to feel the goosebumps when you think about the things that you're so grateful for. Don't just list your family. I want you to breathe in the gratefulness you have for them. Don't just list your job. I want you to really think about the feelings that go along with the security of having that job that pays the bills. If whatever it may be, take a few moments this evening, right? As it gives a gift to me, but more importantly, it's the gift that keeps on giving to you. And that is um, being present in your gratitude. As you become present, time will slow down. It is important to evolve into being present. Please take some time to feel the feelings. Um, I'm going to encourage you to find some people who feed you, right? Some people who feed your soul, some people who lift you up. That way, that when you can take care of the people who need you. This came in this afternoon. I wasn't sure what it was, but this came out clearly tonight. So you need to find people who feed you, your circle of influence, so that you are able to pour into the people that need you. For all of you, I want you to know you feed my soul. Everything that you do to help others and the kind words, they feed my soul, right? And it allows me then to pour into those who need me. I love you. I love you very much. Um, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for all the birthday wishes. My husband's home. I want to give you some birthday kisses and have him in my hand. And I love y'all. And as we always end these lives, we need 8 more people, y'all. 8 more people to be at 1,000. Don't spam. Ask them. Power of one. All of that. But 8 more people. Y'all. Peace, love, and feast. And as always, stay elevated. I will see you.